I think it goes without saying that God doesn't want us to sin. Sin is completely contrary to God's nature. And when we sin, we completely disregard God's commands and authority. And so we insult God. But we also miss out on the blessings of faithfulness. God doesn't want us to sin just because he's personally offended by it, although that is huge, but also because he wants us to experience the fullness of joy of knowing him. So when we experience temptation to sin, God always provides a way of escape. God is gracious and wants to see us succeed at being faithful. He doesn't just sit on the throne and shout, "Obey me!" He sees us in our weakness and has compassion, and he helps us through temptation. Sometimes this simply means reminding us that he's been there too. Jesus was tempted in every way that we are, and yet remained sinless. And since the Holy Spirit is inside us too, God can strengthen us to be faithful as well. But sometimes the way of escape is merely an alternative action. We often put ourselves in positions that set us up for failure, and then when we're tempted to sin, we tell ourselves that it's the only way. But it's not the only way. And if we just remember this verse, that God always provides a way of escape in the midst of temptation, we'd look for other things to do that would honor God rather than dishonor him. And there will always be another way. And that other way will ultimately lead to more happiness than the fleeting pleasures of sin. Do you find yourself constantly running towards sin rather than away from it? We're never going to do it perfectly. But God sent Jesus to die for our sin, not just so that we would go to heaven one day, but so that we could experience his goodness today as we depend on him for his strength day by day. God bless you and see you tomorrow. Obey me! 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 Obey me!